Hello there, listeners, and Merry Christmas. It's your favorite GM, Gary, here. And guess what? I am not alone.
Hey, y'all. This is the other Gary, the voice of Chaubert, and of a different character, which you'll see momentarily. Just wanted to tell y'all happy holidays, and hope y'all are doing all right out there. Want to also give a shout out to Nee and Henry, who are out there listening.
And this is John. I'm the voice of Diego. So hopefully you're having a very wonderful Christmas, and I hope you're having a happy new year. To all my family and friends, you make it really great.
Hi, this is Phillip, voice of Renly. Yeah, I just want to say happy holidays to everyone who listens. Thank you so much. We've done this for a couple years now, and every episode that we make is fantastic. So I just want to say thank you to everybody.
And Keith, the voice of Cabal, did want to be here this evening, but he couldn't join us. But don't worry, we do have a special guest here for this special Christmas episode. And as we're still thanking our fans, I do want to give a special shout out to Andy Tran, who happens to be one of our biggest fans of the show. So, hi, Andy. While we're thanking people, I think we do have some other people to thank. Phillip?
Yeah, no, I would like to thank Midnight Syndicate for the use of their music. You can find them at midnightsyndicate.com.
And we would be nowhere without the ambient sound that Swordco Soundscapes provide. You can check out their stuff at youtube.com/Swordco Soundscapes.
And if you want to try to follow us and see our individual social media accounts, or you want to see some artwork, come by and check out www.diebytheswordpodcast.com.
And also, don't forget to leave us a review wherever you listen to us at.
All right, I think it's time to get into this Christmas special episode.
Let's go, go, go.
Excellent.
Ho, ho, ho. Here we go. Hey, Merry Christmas, everybody.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Hey,
Merry Christmas.
And listeners, you may have just heard we have a special guest for this episode. Richard's back with us.
I love Richard. I love Richard so much.
He's a great guy. So it's been Christmas. How's the baby's first Christmas?
That's going all right. He's got 2 to go to. He's got my parents Christmas Day, and then Noel's parents afterward, the day after. He's doing good. We think he's going to fit in his Christmas outfit just the right size. It's hard to predict ahead of time, but I think he's going to fit it.
So
It's always hard to tell.
Yeah.
This kid, man. So he's a preemie. So he was first percentile in weight when he was born. In 2 months, he's moved up to the 18th percentile in weight.
Wow.
That's good.
And he eats like it. He just doesn't stop.
He's got a lot of growing to do. That's good.
Yeah. He's on a good start.
Just wait till he's a teenager. Then you won't be able to stop him from eating.
Yeah, I know what I did to my parents, so I know that I've got that in for me when he's, when he starts hitting that age.
Oh yeah. No, they're locusts, the teens.
Yeah. So you have the pizza for the family, and then the entire pizza for the teenage boy that he has for himself.
Right.
Yes.
And then you come back later. I'm so hungry. Are you gonna eat
Yeah,
that?
so you had your own pizza. Why are you eating ours now?
Yeah, I remember when I was a teenager, my family, including extended family, used to call me the human garbage disposal because anything that was left over on their plates, I would eat.
Yeah, I got the same name. I had the same behavior pattern. So,
Well, I grew up with brothers, so we were all like that, and it was more of a battle to see who could, finish it first, so they could get the seconds. Otherwise, you're out of luck.
Yeah, it was like that with my my younger brother. My youngest brother was he's like 5 years younger than me, 7 years. I'd have to do the math. He's a lot younger than me, but my middle brother is just a year and a half younger than me. So he and I were in that same category.
And the crazy part for me was before it was me as the garbage disposal, it was my dad, which was crazy to think of now, considering he was like 5'6", 120 pounds. But he ate all the time and never gained a pound.
Sometimes it can be deceptive like that.
Mm-hmm. As opposed to me now where I look at food and I gain weight.
Ain't that how it be? So thanks for having me on, guys. I love Christmas so much. I'm so happy to do Christmas things. It's such an Advent leading up to it is such a beautiful season. Mm-hmm. And then many may not know, Christmas isn't over on the 25th. It goes all the way through Epiphany.
That's right.
This is true.
Theophany if you're Eastern Orthodox.
No, I'm Catholic. It's Three Kings Day.
So it is an actual season. It's not just a single day.
Mm-hmm.
Do you do the Advent wreath and all that stuff?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. We always meant to do the Advent thing, but we never did.
Yeah. And it's great when the priests are all dressed in pink for Rose Sunday.
That's good.
I am having a Christmas drink. I got eggnog and rum.
Oh,
I am envious. I don't have eggnog.
I don't either.
Every year I say I'm going to make my own eggnog ahead of time, like a few months out, like from scratch, but I never do. And here I sit with no eggnog.
Well, I mean, there's stores, but
I just buy it from Brahms.
Yeah.
That's perfect.
I mean, it's fair.
Note to self: plan better.
I mean, you knew we were doing the Christmas episode. You could have had mulled wine, wassail. I don't know what Christmas drinks are.
Other Christmassy drinks.
Yeah.
See, I just went with the usual. I just went with the usual beer.
Is it Christmas beer? Is it like Shiner Cheer?
It's
God, I love that.
Carbach Love Street.
Mine's at least flavored. It's black cherry flavored. Does that count?
I don't know that black cherry is a Christmas flavor.
You could call it cranberry.
Oh, yeah. It's cranberry near adjacent.
There you go.
Yeah, if you mispronounce it strongly enough, then you kind of get there.
Well, I mean, you have to drink a couple to start mispronouncing it.
Challenge accepted.
Just call it like hollyberry juice or something like that. I don't know. Make it Christmassy.
So I don't usually have
Halle Berry juice.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay. I was going to say I don't usually have make eggnog and rum. I just thought I'd do it because we're doing a Christmas special. And when I first poured this into the cup, I panicked because it does not like each other.
No, they tried to separate.
Yes. Yeah. No, they didn't try. They did separate. It was. Yeah.
It's one of those things where to do it right, you have to stand over like a low temperature pot, stirring it for hours, I bet.
Yeah, no, I just got a spoon and it's fine.
For now.
Just keep stirring.
As a very wise woman once said, ain't nobody got time for that.
Very true.
I just don't want to get a chunk of eggnog. Mm-hmm. Just please keep it smooth.
You don't want to swallow the egg?
No.
It's reconstituting itself in the broth.
Mm-hmm.
See,
it's reverse aging.
I'm cool with eggnog again. I want to have it again, but I used to work at Starbucks and we would do the eggnog lattes at this time of year, which taste great. Love the eggnog latte, but the sound it makes when you try to steam eggnog, I never want to hear that sound again.
What does it sound like?
Imagine.
It sounds like screaming.
Oh, you mean like making waffles in a waffle maker?
At least it's not like gross. Like,
But no, just like standing right over it as you're steaming the eggnog, and it just sounds like screaming right in your face. Like, this is very unpleasant.
It's to bring back the memories of Halloween. That's what it is.
That's what it is.
Yes, that lovely Halloween drink, eggnog.
I wonder if anybody's noticed that they haven't heard Keith yet.
Oh
yeah. We do not have Keith this evening. He was supposed to be joining us, but unfortunately, he could not make it.
But that's okay. Yeah,
that's okay.
There's still four of us.
But still got a good group.
Yeah, we may not have all the characters we need, but it's okay.
Wait a minute, I'm not playing a cat.
That's true. You do bring up a good point there. Of Unlike our typical episodes, we are not playing our usual characters, so you will hear a whole bunch of new characters for this episode.
Very true, except I picked the bard.
I mean, it's not a skald, so...
True, yeah. This is
It's in the same cul-de-sac.
It is.
Are we going to introduce the characters, or do you want to do it in story?
We can go ahead and introduce the characters that we're playing. We are doing a Christmas-themed episode, so it's a whole different story. It'll be a break from our Carrion Crown adventure.
So not spooky?
It's not... No, there may be ghosts.
Well, it's Christmas. What's Christmas without ghosts?
Right, exactly. So
Home Alone, that's what it is.
Oh wait, is it going to be a Home Alone themed? Are we the wet bandits?
Please let us be.
I don't want to step on a board with a nail in it.
I mean, have a tarantula walk across your face.
Take a paint can to the nads.
Oh no! My dog does that.
An iron to the forehead. Yeah, none of that. Although that would be really fun to set up in game if I could create all that.
Yeah.
I even tossed around the idea of doing like a Gremlins theme because I love Gremlins this time of year.
I love the Gremlins.
Me too.
But no, once we get into the story, I'm sure you will figure out exactly what the theme of this one is.
Okay.
I doubt it.
So you've been listening, so you know how bad we are at picking up clues.
Press X to doubt.
I need Scooby-Doo. There's just no clue here.
Scooby-Dooby-Doo, there's no clue.
So I guess I can start with mine. I'm playing a bard. Dermit the Bard. So that rhymes with a certain little green Muppet. So I think I'm going to attempt a Kermit the Frog voice.
That's bold. I like it.
Good luck with that.
Thank you. I've been practicing. Not really, but really, all my life.
Please, someone be playing Miss Piggy. Please, please, please.
Right. Richard, who are you playing in this one?
I'm going to be playing Ruan Cutroll. He is a human ranger-hunter.
Ranger-hunter.
Oh, I do want to clarify. It is not a frog person. Are there frog people in D&D? And that's something else. We're playing D&D, not Pathfinder.
That is
yes,
true.
there are frog people.
Okay, but I'm a human. I'm a human. Just
This is what he keeps telling himself.
yes, I am human. I am human. I am human.
I'll be a real boy.
But yes, as Phillip did mention, this will be a break from Pathfinder as well, as we are playing that other game, 5e, for this adventure.
Are we not allowed to say the name?
I mean, it's Dungeons & Dragons. People know it. When I say 5e, they know what that means.
Okay.
Gary, who are you playing in this adventure?
I am Nasian Sorthog. He is a hill dwarf druid. And the description of him here, it says... He's chubby with a wild beard that looks to never been combed. His clothes appear poorly cared for, and he rarely ever wears shoes. So basically, it's me during this pandemic.
Or me, you know.
No, I still have to wear shoes.
Probably most of us.
No, shoes are a must.
I'm not wearing shoes now, so.
Right?
My toes are wiggling.
I hate shoes.
Same.
Sucio-patas.
Okay,
And
well...
gone.
All right, so I am playing Udulan Koli. It is a high elf wizard. And I'm kind of a middle-aged wizard, so expect for a little bit of aged wisdom here. Maybe not, we'll see.
Somebody else has been working on an accent too.
Yeah, no.
Right.
Come through, Mr. Howell.
Thurston Howell the Third.
I've actually trying to been working on one too in the car on the way to and from work, and we'll see how it goes.
Well, we'll see how I do with accents today. I recently did a voiceover gig where I was doing some English dubbing for a Russian action movie.
A Russian action movie?
Yes, it's called The Conquest of Siberia. And I'm basically playing every character in the movie.
Well, okay. Now,
Well, congrats on the gig, and when do we get to watch this?
I like how you started with that L word because you were going to say laugh at it, weren't you?
No.
Come on, it's a Russian English dub movie. You can giggle at it.
I mean, can't wait to see it on How Did This Get Made, but
Right. Listen to how many times you can spot my voice in the movie.
yeah.
It's
All
Liam
of them?
Neeson. It's Liam Neeson.
I mean, there are a couple of other actors doing a couple of the roles, but I'm the majority of the characters because it's a very strong like male cast because it's like Russian military.
Did you do lady voices too? Like,
No.
I'm a Russian lady.
They did bring in female actors to do the female roles.
Well, that's good.
Definitely a good thing.
Yes. Now, if it was probably like a cartoon or something, then they might have had me try to do other voices. But...
Yeah.
I want to hear Ren and Stimpy in Russian. Let's go.
I mean, it just lends itself to Russian.
It does.
You idiot.
Da.
Da, it's what we do every night. Take over the world.
Well,
Oh,
that's
wrong show.
wrong. Wait, hold on.
Wait a minute.
Off topic.
Wait,
That's
what does he
Animaniacs.
think Ren and Stimpy is? I want to find out what this where John's at.
And one more side note to help round out the party a bit, I will also be throwing in the voice of a halfling rogue named Evury Giuddy.
Every
Russian?
Evury Giuddy.
he is now Russian.
Evury Giuddy.
Every Giuddy dance now.
That's the best.
Thank you.
We drink vodka first, right?
No, vodka.
Vodka?
Vodka. Of course, Richard is better at that accent than I am.
Well,
You see, Ivan, you hold gun like this, you never miss for fear of losing fingers.
The funny part is one of the characters' names is Ivan in the movie.
Oh, lovely.
Only one person is named Ivan in a movie made in Russia. You don't say.
I mean, he is a historical character because this movie is based off real events. So.
oh,
I will say the movie is actually pretty good and it's quite intense. They had some really great special effects in the movie. I'm just worried that, by having my voice in it, it's cheapened it some. But
hey, come on, man! Don't say that.
well, if I was playing like one character the whole thing, then maybe. But having me do all of these characters, I hope it turns out okay.
We did go and see the Monster Hunter movie.
Listeners, let us know what you think when you see it.
It wasn't very good.
Yeah, most movies based on video games aren't very good.
Yeah, I could go into a whole spiel about it, but they got some of the details right. But overall, the tone was very confused and not consistent with the Monster Hunter tone.
That's sad.
Yeah.
I'll say probably one of the only video game movies that I've really liked. Well, I like the early Resident Evil movies.
Yeah, me too.
And I like the first Mortal Kombat movie.
Well, this was produced by the guy who did the Resident Evil movies, and so that's kind of part of the problem is it has a Resident Evil vibe for like the first half of it. And just like, that's not Monster Hunter at all.
Yeah. Silent Hill wasn't that bad, if I remember correctly. I only saw it once, so I may be remembering incorrectly.
Yeah, it was. I love the Silent Hill games, but it was only all right.
And then the awesome Super Mario Brothers movie.
Oh yeah, Bob Hoskins should have won an Oscar.
I mean, just the fact that it was Bob Hoskins. So
Yeah.
It
That
was
movie
good.
was unrecognizable as Mario Brothers, but
I still watched it all the time, though.
man,
You could
me
imagine
too.
my disappointment as a kid. It's like, oh yeah, Mario movie. It's like, what is this?
But which was worse, the Mario Brothers movie or the Street Fighter movie?
I didn't see the Street Fighter movie.
Oh
Be
my
thankful.
god! First of all,
It
Raul
did have Raul
Julia
Julia
as
in it, though.
M. Bison,
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah.
But it didn't really have a plot much.
No, it didn't do that.
No, it was bad.
Yes, but I put that up there with Mortal Kombat and bad movies that I'll watch it again and again.
You know,
But
it
I
was fun for what it is, but it was like, we fight now. Okay.
I love the Mortal Kombat movie. But
Ethan loves things and they can be bad. I love the Masters of the Universe movie, and it's terrible.
Oh,
Makes me think of the
Airplane.
stories in the Mortal Kombat games where it's like two allies are having a scuff up, so of course they have a fight to the death to resolve it to keep this plot moving.
I mean, obviously, that's what you have to do.
Yeah. I mean, we're disagreeing over whether we should go right or left, so obviously you have to break your spine.
Yeah.
Seems reasonable.
I mean, it heals back immediately.
Yeah. 2 rounds and we're done.
Mm-hmm. Do you want McDonald's or Burger King today? I don't know. Let me break your jaw first.
Left side, McDonald's. Right side, Burger King.
Anyway, that was a tangent.
Fun little tangent, which we tend to go on. But anyway, so getting into this adventure.
Adventure time.
That could start a whole new tangent, so let's not.
Let's not. I have opinions about that too.
Anyway, so this adventure begins in a town called Grace. It's a snowed-in town spreading out around the steep hill at its center. You, the heroes, arrive to deliver a package of herbs to the town physician. It's late at night, but your instructions are to deliver the medicine immediately upon arrival. You knock at the door of a small house, causing snow to crumble off the frame as it rattles into the empty night. You hope you have the right place. Your instructions were to deliver the package first thing, no matter the hour. The directions were spotty at best, but this bundle of rare herbs are for a particularly sick child, so here you are. After a pause, the door is opened by a man who is clearly worn down by difficulty, but who smiles at you nonetheless. Oh, hello. You must be delivering the physician's order. I'm Mr. Cratchit, but you can simply call me Bob. Please, come right in.
Well, a terribly appropriate name.
Inside is a cramped home that has clearly been worn down over the years by use and love. Multiple children turn to stare as you shuffle inside, all except for a small boy who is slurping soup and sitting between his mother and an elderly man with a white beard. The elder rises to greet you. Did you travel through the night to get here? It's very kind. I am indebted to you. He takes the bundle, hands over a small bag of coins, and confides under his breath. Sadly, I fear that these will be not much of use now. Poor Timothy has only gotten worse and might be beyond what help dry plants from the last harvest can do. Mrs. Cratchit raises a hand to push back errant hairs. Oh, you must be exhausted. Would you like some soup?
I would love some, thank you.
Yes,
Please.
kind lady.
Please, have a seat.
It's rather cold outside.
Oh, yes, I'm so thankful that you've trudged all the way through the snow here and through the bitter cold. Please, warm yourselves by the fire. Make yourselves comfortable.
So, Ruan does exactly that. He takes the soup being offered to him, finds a place not too close to the fire, but close enough that he can, be at the edge of the warmth.
Udulan moves over to the fire and stares at it longingly. Doesn't change his gaze and doesn't change his gaze, and he says to the lady, "My dear lady, what is the issue with your child?"
Unfortunately, we aren't completely sure. He just keeps getting worse. He can barely stand on his own. And I fear that he won't be with us for next Christmas.
Ruan is visibly saddened at that news, but he doesn't say anything.
And we're not in earshot of this poor little boy, are we?
No.
You're not going to make it!
Sorry, kid!
Dead Tim walking. Well, so I'm gonna take a shot in the dark and say this is a Christmas Carol.
What was your
Sounds
first
a bit like
guess?
it.
I mean, how did you ever make that guess?
The Cratchits?
Actually, it was the herbs. The herbs.
Yeah, that should have known.
I
Yeah.
thought we were going to be Christmas drug dealers at first.
It's a party. I mean, honestly, I was hoping that you would guess that it was A Christmas Carol, but knowing, past experience, there's been some, blatant softballs just lobbed your direction. That swing and a miss.
That's fair.
So when does Rudolph show up?
It's Die Hard, right? We're in Die Hard.
Ooh.
Die Hard.
So I guess,
I'm not falling off the tower.
Tie yourself to the fire hose first.
Ah!
Dermit is actually going to decline the offer of food. He sees the meager the meager accommodations. They're already taking some. He doesn't want to take away from them. So and he is going to actually go up to is it Tiny Tim? Do we address him as Timothy?
You can say Timothy.
Yes. He goes up to Timothy and tries to, make him feel better. He's a bard after all, and he's like, "So Tim, are you excited for Christmas?" Don't laugh at my voice.
It's lovely.
You're lovely.
I was laughing with enjoyment because it's so great.
No, it's good. We're good.
Timothy hears you speak, and he just instantly bursts out laughing. You've brightened his spirits just by just saying words to him.
Well, Dermot's face crunches up really tight. You know that Kermit face.
Oh, yeah.
You know the Kermit face.
Well, thank you, sir, for being so kind and speaking to me. I think if I could just have one thing for Christmas this year, it would be peace and happiness for everyone.
Yep, that's a really good wish.
It's a really modest suggestion.
Can't do that. What's your second choice, kid?
Let's aim our sights down a little bit.
Yeah.
Well, if I can't have that, then how about me, not being sick anymore and being able to live a long, happy life?
I promise you will accomplish that.
I was going to say that's just a notch down. How about?
I mean, if I can't have that, then I guess a PS5 would be fine.
Also unobtainable.
Yeah, let's say.
We don't have electricity here.
Let's go back to the peace on Earth thing.
Well, sir, if you can't get all those other things and you can't find the PS5, then I want an official Red Ryder carbine action 200 shot range model air rifle.
Ruan stands up and walks up to him. I'll go and get one for you, and I'll be back with it.
Aren't you afraid you'll shoot your eye out?
He's got to learn somehow.
Of course, the
Shoot
ranger.
your eye out.
The ranger is like, "Sure, kid, guns everywhere."
And you see he has an eye patch. The ranger does. You just now noticed.
Did you shoot your eye out?
Yeah, but it built character. It's a good conversation piece.
Anyway, as you are talking to your hosts, you hear the town's church bells begin to ring. The hour is late, but the bitter wind carries with it a strange sound over the snow. Each chime of the bell is echoed by the clattering of chains dragged across wooden floors.
It's an odd hour for sanctuary.
I've got a hunch this is a different story.
Stop it.
So you hear the chains and the church bells. What do you do?
Mrs. Cratchit, is that a normal sound at this time of night?
What sound?
The bell and the chains. You don't hear those?
Well, I hear the church bells. It is 11 o'clock.
I heard chains as well.
I'm going to...
I heard them too.
Yeah. Udulan is going to go to the door and see what he can see outside that door.
All right. As you look out through the door, you see a pale, translucent man appear at the edge of the light streaming from the window. He wears a heavy coat wrapped tightly around him by a great chain that fans out into the snow and darkness. He slowly raises his gaze from the ground until your eyes meet before he begins to speak. You have done a good thing this night, but Much more is needed. So much more before the night is done. The church bells toll as he continues. My name is Jacob Marley. I knew Lord Ebenezer in life, and I am committed with him every misbegotten act of greed and malice. As recompense, I now wear the chain I forged in life. I made it link by link. His eyes turn back to you, and he seems to solidify. It is too late for me, but perhaps not for him. He has prepared for many years to slip the noose of old age and become immortal. But to do so will cost both his soul and the town of Grace far more than the simple chains that bind me. Yet there is still a chance for Grace. For tonight, Scrooge will be visited upon by 3 spirits. For his sake, he must hear what they have to say. But there are dark creatures who want to claim Scrooge's soul. If left to their own devices, they will undo the spirit's work. All of you must find your way into Scrooge's bedchamber before the final stroke of midnight. There you will encounter the spirits and must push back whatever foul beings show themselves. This is the only hope left for Scrooge and for Grace. I repeat, you must all be within Scrooge's bedchamber by the last stroke of midnight. As he speaks his final words, his body begins to fade. The distant church bells toll the 11th stroke. As that final bell reverberates through the street, the ghost dissolves like smoke blown away by the echo. You gaze up from the snowy street and can see the Lord Ebenezer's manor sitting atop the hill at the center of Grace, as the final bell fades into the night.
So what do you see at the window?
And the party is the only people that saw this. Nobody else saw this.
Nobody else saw it. It's just the party.
So
Mrs. Cratchit, you normally have apparitions appearing outside your window.
Apparitions? I believe you must be exhausted. Do you need rest here?
I feel like we're in a hurry, but the soup was plenty, thank you.
I do have a question. Who is Jacob Marley?
Jacob Marley? He was Lord Ebenezer Scrooge's business partner.
I see. Well, that's who the apparition was. He identified himself as Jacob Marley.
I wonder why Marley's spirit would be wandering outside our house.
Well,
he told us that we needed to do something to stop a certain Ebenezer Scrooge. Did he say Scrooge, or am I making that up?
no,
He said Scrooge.
Yeah. The beauty with this adventure is there is no copyright. It's in the public domain.
Oh, yeah. He told us we needed to stop a certain Ebenezer Scrooge before he did something irreversible that would harm your city.
And you. So we need to do this.
Well, yes, by extension.
Well, then don't let us stop you. If you must away, then... Would you like some soup for the road?
I believe I had plenty, but I promise we won't let anything happen to your cute little town here.
I appreciate it. Thank you. I think.
And Ruan's already out the door.
Yeah. Yep. Dermit follows.
Nasian was getting nice and relaxed by the fire, so he reluctantly picks himself up and follows too.
He puts back on his boots.
Yeah.
Udulan walks out the door with them, tagging along, somewhat behind.
So Ruan has already got himself perched atop a little snow mound, like dramatically scouting the area to see if he sees anything untoward as they approach the manor.
Okay. As you push towards Scrooge's manor, street by street, the falling snow fills your tracks behind you as you skirt around the large angel fountain in the center of the market square. What is your passive perception?
Mine would be 12.
Mine is 11 for Udulan.
14.
17.
Ooh, we got a badass.
Mm-hmm. And what is Evury's? Oh, his is not good. Okay, so those of you who have a passive perception higher than 14 notice that the snow is at least a foot thick here. You almost didn't notice, but the angel fountain appears to be broken. In fact, most of the buildings you pass by look like they are in need of repair underneath this blanket of snow. As you all continue trudging through the snow, you eventually reach the road to the hill. Ahead of you, the street shines with fresh snow and begins to climb back and forth up the hillside in a switchback. As you draw nearer, though, you realize it's not snow that's glistening, but ice. The street looks less like a road and more like a frozen river, running from the top of the hill to the very bottom. As you near the hill, a wall of ice sits in your way. A horse-drawn coach sits at the base of the hill with the empty harness hanging frozen in the air. Ice has flowed over it, leaving a small mountain of blue pooling in the middle of the street. What do you do?
So, are you saying that this is going to be rough terrain to try and get up the hill with all this ice?
Yes.
Well, I mean, I walk in the grass to walk around it.
I wish to circumvent the difficult terrain entirely.
Basically, you're going up these switchbacks on this hill, so you've basically got like a drop-off on the other side of you, and mountain wall on the other side. So it's just like this high piled-up bit of ice that you'll have to get over.
So Scrooge lives on like a scary, scary mansion. Like it's basic. There's probably thunder cracking behind it, and it's those switchbacks just go up all the way to the mansion, basically, right?
Basically.
All right. Well, I mean, the only way there is up, so we can either climb or try and go through the ice.
Yeah. Ruan is going to break out the ice climbing gear that definitely was on his character sheet when we started this adventure.
Was it really?
No, I was hoping you'd hear the writing sound of me writing on my paper.
Furiously writing at this point. Oh.
Like, remember, I have access to all of your character sheets, so I can tell you.
Udulan is going to use his quarterstaff as a pole to help make his way up the ice.
And I assume we're probably going to be making some ability checks to get up the ice.
Yes.
So I can cast guidance for everybody.
What does that do in this system?
For this system, with you touch a willing creature and they roll a d4 and add the number to their ability check of their choice.
Nice.
It's a cantrip, so I can cast it at will.
Is there anything I can do with survival to aid my chances?
Not really. This is mostly just athletics would be what you're looking for in this situation.
Okay.
And since this is our first roll of skill checks, and we are playing this 5e system, if you have the little asterisk by any of your skills, that means you're proficient in those. So that means you get to roll twice. You get advantage.
So Ruan's tired of sitting around looking stupid, so he's gonna roll athletics to try to jump up with the guidance given to him.
Okay.
Alright, so my total is 17.
17. That is enough to get up and over.
Right, and he flips and jumps and says, "Thanks for the guidance."
He's flipping and jumping on ice. Right. So this is athletics, not acrobatics.
Correct.
Gotcha.
And how far is this?
It's not a huge jump up and over. Or, climbing up and over.
I would offer to hand a rope down to y'all to help, but apparently I don't have one.
I've got a lute, a lyre, and a banjo. Maybe we can tie the strings together.
I have a set of traveler's clothes, which I don't know if that's what I'm wearing or not. I'm just going to hold my staff down and say, "Grab onto this as you make your way up."
Okay, I'll go next. I don't have a bonus to athletics, but let's see what happens. 18.
Ooh,
that's enough.
All right, Nasian will go next, and he actually has less than a bonus. He has a -1.
Uh-oh.
Yes.
Just grab onto the stick.
Oh, thanks, man. And he is 14.
That's enough.
Udulan is a wizard, therefore he is not very strong. He will definitely need help because he's at a -1. So He grabs onto the stick and rolled an 8. So that's an
D4?
7.
Is that with your plus 4?
No, hold on. Let me get the D4. I got the 4 on the D4. So that's 12.
Which is just enough. It's just enough.
With great heave, Udulan makes it up.
And then Evury follows suit, going up last. This little halfling just scampers up the side of this thing with a 23.
Show off.
You don't have to show off.
All right. So you're all up and over this mass of ice, and you look up to the first stretch of street and find it mercifully smooth. As you head down, you hear a crunching sound from the roof of a closed shop as you pass by. You look up to see snow and shingles falling towards you. Make a reflex save. Or it's dexterity save. Make a dexterity save.
I don't see reflex on this sheet at all.
There's no reflex. It's all dexterity.
I have to retrain my brain.
11.
11, okay.
I got a 17.
17.
Got a 12.
Udulan gets a 15.
Okay, and Evury gets a 17. So anyone who rolled below a 13 will take full damage. Anyone who rolled above a 13 will take half damage. As this avalanche falls from the roof of this closed shop. And full damage is a whopping 8 points. Half damage is 4.
So what? We get hit in the head by shingles?
It's snow and shingles falling together.
So is this cold damage or bludgeoning damage?
Yes.
More bludgeoning.
So I'm assuming Ruan can't see anything because he failed to save, so he's covered in it.
He got shingled.
Those of you who can see, give me an investigation check.
Ooh, I got a 20.
I get a 7.
My investigation gets Udulan gets a 23.
Oh, wait, no.
Investigation.
I get advantage.
Okay.
While you're looking, Ruan's like, can you believe one of those things went and landed directly on my head?
So Udulan, that's enough to notice that as you look up at the roof, you see these large furrows dug into the snow as if someone is taking this huge shovel into the shingles and the ice. However, there are no footprints in the rooftop snow.
Well, gents, it looks like something up there tried to knock this over us, but I don't know what. I don't see any footprints.
But are our footprints being covered by the snow anyway, also?
I mean, a little bit behind you, but
we'd be able to see something.
Yeah. Like directly behind you, you can still see them, but a little bit further back is getting covered.
Okay.
So they're not, like, instantly covering up. But...
Rubbing the top of his head, Ruan says, looks like we got a mystery on our hands, gang.
Zoinks.
Jinkies. As you start up the next far easier street, you notice a gap between a store with its windows frosted over and a cobbler's shop. Hidden in the shadows between wooden buildings is an alleyway paved in stone steps, strangely untouched by any of the ice, providing an easy path upward. Or you can continue forward.
Which looks to be the easiest, like, less physically taxing, because that's the way that Nasian will go.
That's the way, yeah, Dermot's going to go too.
The alleyway would look the easiest.
Udulan would suggest the alleyway. It's easier.
All right, let's take the alley.
All right, taking the alley. You head into the alley hoping for a shortcut. Not even halfway up the steps, 3 silhouettes appear ahead of you, outlined by the dim light reflected off the snow. The largest and most cantankerous one waves a knife, growling, "Toll! Your coin or your life?"
Well, how much is the toll?
40 gold pieces.
I'll pay that. I mean, I got the money.
Yeah, man, you don't gotta be so rude about it either.
I mean, we don't really have time to be wasted with this, so I'm just going to pay up.
Fine. Give it here, then.
And he hands it over.
Be on your way.
All right. Bye.
Merry Christmas to you, too.
And you, too. As they start walking away, you hear, like, it's basically 3 teenagers. They're like, I can't believe they fell for that. We just got money. And they scamper off.
Hey, mister outside the tavern.
Hi, mister.
All right, so you've now paid 40 gold pieces to the thugs in the street.
I want to be sending any kids home with black eyes on Christmas.
Yeah.
Sends the wrong message to Santa.
Right.
Also, those kids had really deep voices.
Troll kids.
You know, they're all doing steroids in school now, so. Okay. So you continue to move through the alleyway, emerging on the other side.
Wait, hold on.
Okay.
I hear that if you do steroids, it shrinks your Dickens.
Give me back a hero card.
Never! That's the other game.
Does that make it a short story?
Besides, it's not your Dickens it shrinks, it's your Jingle Bells.
All right.
Everyone's going to drink one of his healing potions to recover from the bad jokes and also the shingles that fell on his head.
Which was more painful?
Definitely the jokes.
Sounds about right. All right. Well, as you continue to move slowly up the frozen road, you near the summit, reaching the last of the switchbacks. The smooth surface gives way to a chaotic mess of ice that has consumed the turn like a rushing river, frozen as it is surged around the bend. So this is yet another rough terrain area to get across. This one's a little bit harder to cross than the previous one.
All right, and I'm going to give guidance to everybody again.
Little guy, Evury, you seem to make it look easy last time. Why don't you go first this time?
Okay. You said we get the guidance as well this time?
Yep.
Okay. So he basically just skates across this glassy surface. That is a 28.
Does he do like a triple Lutz, double sow cow?
Yep. He does does the spin and then skates out and does the triple axle into a double toe loop.
Toe pick.
That's why we can't hit this guy anyway without him showing off.
Must be nice.
Awesome.
Udulan will try to use his quarterstaff to push his way across. Hopefully he won't fall down. We'll see. That... And it's athletics?
Yes.
He gets a 14.
I thought it'd be acrobatics because you're trying to stay up.
If I fall, it's acrobatics.
You do fall. to which Evury says, No, not like that.
So wrong, dude. So wrong.
Okay, I'll go next. Oh no. Oh no. 7.
You face plant.
No.
Not good. That'll teach you, young whippersnapper.
Yeah. Do I take damage for that?
No,
Yeah, those that have fallen, do they need help getting across?
They'll need to make acrobatics checks or athletics checks to stand up. And continue their way across.
What if they just want to scoot across like a seal?
I mean, they could do that. They would just move slowly, and it would take time.
See, with acrobatics, I got a 21.
So you stand up.
Do I have to try again?
Yup.
Oh, boo. Also, does his bonus go away since I kind of used it already?
My guess would be yes, because it's probably just a one-time use thing, right?
Yeah, I'd have to cast it again on you.
And I'm already in the middle of the obstacle. Okay, so I'll try again. 11.
You fall again.
And then to get up, it is 14.
You struggle a bit to get back up.
So just like my feet just keep sliding backwards.
Yeah, it's like you can't find any grip to stand up or keep moving.
Udulan got a 15 for standing up.
Okay, you stand up.
And he's going to try to see if he can get across this thing. No, that's not going to work. He got a wonderful 5.
You fall back down.
Go back down.
How close am I to Richard? Can he, stick his staff out and we just grab it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ruan can do that. Yeah.
It would be I would guess that'd be like a dexterity check to grab onto the stick as he goes by.
It was on an 18 and it rolled onto a 9. But with my... Oh, wait, no, I get advantage for acrobatics. Ha! Hey, natural 20.
There you
25.
All right, so you're back up.
Mm-hmm.
And then
Udulan will try.
Come back over and try to get you guys to.
Oh, okay.
Ruan's going to make his attempt while this is going on. Oh, he rolled fine. He rolled a 23.
Yeah, he's good. Evury makes it back out to the middle to get Udulan. Of course, the problem is Evury is so small that I don't think he could pick you up to carry you, drag you.
Luckily, Udulan got a 16 on his standing up this time.
All right, so he's up.
He's up. Let's see if he can slide across this thing.
So Evury is going to basically guide you.
If he assists, that means he gets to roll as well.
Okay.
I'm going to need the assist because I got an 11.
I definitely assist.
That helps. 17.
There you go. That's enough.
Thanks for helping the old guy across the street.
No problem, Grandpa.
Damn it.
Nasian's going to make his attempt to go, and that is a 12. Uh-oh.
Well, you get to cast guidance on yourself, all the time.
Yeah.
12 falls.
Oh, boy. So then 13 to get up, I guess.
You struggle to get up.
It's like, whoa, whoa. And then I guess I'll try to continue to make my way.
Okay.
And that's 16.
Just enough to get across.
I'm hearing the Nutcracker Suite playing in the background, just us trying to get up that, this slippery patch. It's falling down. Just the grace reminds me of the Nutcracker.
I was hearing, Benny Hill, but that's okay.
I was only thinking more Benny Hill, but
Which reminds me of that time, Phillip, where it snowed at work when we were working and we had to stay overnight and we played the spot and slipped all over the place.
Yep. That was a bad ice storm.
Yeah, it was.
So you've all made it across the icy glacier that is on top of this hill.
It was definitely an effort.
Definitely an effort. You've wasted quite a bit of time.
It is 12:30.
It's too late. The story's over.
We've already failed by 30 minutes.
As you haul yourself up the final stretch to the top of the hill, the ice abruptly gives way to a paved stone again. Standing before you and surrounding the manor is a 10-foot stone wall, half frozen over in the bitter wind. You can see the stone path leading up to the front door through the large, closed iron gate set into the wall. Next to it, a single barred and shuttered window is cut into the stone, candlelight streaming out from between the cracks.
We approach the window.
Okay.
Seems reasonable.
Is this something we investigate?
I mean, you could either investigate it or you could, knock or whatever.
I would investigate.
Yeah.
I plan on knocking, but we shall investigate first.
Yeah, let's do that.
I rolled a modified 20.
Okay.
My 6 doesn't work, so we'll go with you.
With the 20, you see that this is definitely a guard house. This window is barred shut, completely closed. You do see light kind of coming out through some of the cracks. If you kind of peek a little bit at one of the cracks, you can see this kind of sleepy guard sitting inside.
So should we go around the guard? I don't think he's going to believe that there's ghosts coming to take his boss.
Yeah, man.
I mean, it's a good point. I don't know if we have the time to be trying to explain ourselves.
Yes,
Sure.
we are running out of time. We should probably just go ahead.
Should I just pick the lock then?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you think that'd be quiet and then climbing over, then yeah, let's do that.
Okay, I can try to do it stealthily.
Appreciate it.
Okay, stealth check is a 21, and then this gate is locked from the inside, so he's having to reach in to try to get the lock. I can't quite reach it. Can someone give me a boost?
And Ruan does.
Thank you.
As the first human character.
I'm a human. I'm just short.
Well, I'm shorter. I'm only 3 foot tall.
Yeah, Ruan is 6'3", so.
Yeah. So you, like, tower over this poor little halfling. All right. And with the bonus, he doesn't quite get the lock. He'll try again. That. He keeps missing it by 1.
You ain't very heavy, so I'm fine holding you while you figure it out.
Did you cast guidance on him?
I was gonna say if everything fails, I can. Oh yeah, I can. Yeah, let me cast guidance on him. Or I could try to charm person for the guard.
Whichever you prefer.
Let's go with the guidance route first.
All right.
Hey, little buddy, let's try this.
How come you hadn't done it the whole time?
Well, you know, it's kind of takes a little bit of energy. It expends a lot of effort.
I'm sure. See, if you hadn't wasted our time and done that from the beginning, we'd already be inside by now.
I just hear them, but they're whispering, arguing.
Whisper Arger, yes.
I don't quite know how to do this accent with a whisper.
Quite hard to do. Yeah, it's kind of hard to do. Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of accents are hard to do in a whisper. All right. All right. So Evury is able to open the lock and stealthily open the gate. You push your way through. As you start making your way toward the main house, you see this one guard on patrol. He looks like he's pissed off to be standing out in the cold.
Good thing you say that charm person smell, right?
Yep. Yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead. Yeah, I'll go ahead and cast charm. Or do you want to finish, Gary? Sorry.
Yeah, I didn't mean to cut you off at that you were done.
He stands guard on the far side of the courtyard. He isn't looking in your direction at the moment. You get the feeling that you probably could try to sneak by him if you wanted to, or you could try your charm person idea.
Is there somewhere where I could shoot this, like one of the things from my sling, to where he would have to go investigate it, like that's away from us?
I can use prestidigitation to have something move over on the far side of the wall.
Hmm? Whose footprints are those? We're at the beginning of Metal Gear Solid now.
So,
Yeah, right.
Udulan will.
Oh, can we all be in boxes except their presents?
Brilliant.
I figured you were all like wearing Christmas trees and just moving the whole tree as you go.
And it jingles every time.
Yeah.
But no, Udulan will make some branches on a tree over by the other far side near the wall, move and catch the guard's eye, hopefully.
Okay. He notices it, and he goes to investigate.
We sneak by.
Sneak,
Okay.
sneak.
Roll your stealth as you go by.
I rolled a natural 20.
18
I'm gonna-
for Udulan.
I was gonna try to cast guidance for you guys.
Udulan's old bones don't creak this time, so he's good.
I got 17.
Well, the good news is you do have the wind howling to kind of help with the sound, so you don't need a really high check.
Too bad because we killed it.
Right?
Yeah, I know. Where was this on the ice? Damn it.
I mean, if you tried to be very stealthy on the ice, you would have been great.
Very true.
We don't get advantage or anything.
Oh, did you fall down?
Did
Did you get bold?
I got a 6 with
Okay,
the,
there it is.
but I thought maybe with the distraction we might get some sort of.
I'm adding a bonus basically to everyone's
Oh,
roll because of the
Jeez,
wind.
okay.
So, you,
Environmental conditions. Yay!
yeah, you're walking and you definitely step on like a stick that crunches really loud and just snaps. And so you stop for a second and look over at the guard, who turns the other direction because he thinks it came from that way.
My prestidigitation is a cantrip, so I'll make something a move over there, so he'll go chase that.
All right.
There's one thing gaming taught me. It's that guards are easily fooled.
Yes.
All right.
All right. So now that you've made it to the front steps of Scrooge's mansion, without the buildings to buffer it, the bitter wind cuts through you as Scrooge's manor looms above. 3 stories of imposing stone and iron rest on the hill, towering over everything for miles. It's a grand building, but you cannot help but notice that it seems to be in disrepair. A few shingles are missing, and more than one window is boarded up. The only light coming from the manor is a soft glow from a 3rd-floor window. Give me an insight check.
21.
All right. With that, you definitely notice a thin line of smoke coming from a chimney near the window. Most likely, someone has left the fire smoldering for warmth while they sleep. As you make your way inside, your steps echo on the hard stone floor of the entry hall as you finally leave behind the cold air and the sluggish guards. Each sound you make is rebuked by the silence that hangs in the air and hovers over the worn carpet and old curtains. It feels as real as the dust that sits on the empty pedestals and unlit lamps that reaches up the pillars that stretch above you, disappearing into the shadows. It creeps up the twin staircases, curling along the far side of the room, and languishes on the balcony. As your foot lands on the first step, a bell begins to toll that shatters the silence. The church bells have begun to chime midnight. What do you do?
No, guys, we're too late.
Well, see, no.
Turn back around.
I think we should immediately run upstairs.
Yeah, I think you're right.
I mean, there's no
We've
time
got
for
her,
stealth.
yes.
There's no time for anything else. We book it up the stairs.
All right. You lurch up the stairs 2 at a time, the chimes racing with you. 11. On the balcony, a plain door sits to your right, and a hallway stretches out to the left. A tired patrolman's jaw drops at the sight of you, and he stammers for words. But before you is a flight of stairs leading to the 3rd floor. 10. You charge up the flight of stairs. 9. Grabbing hold of the railing, you pivot your momentum up the next flight, legs burning. 8. You arrive at the landing, breathing heavily. The floor is dark and clearly has few visitors. 3 hallways stretch out before you. The 2 outer hallways are left dark with dust on the floor. The 3rd center hallway has windows, a worn dark carpet, and at the end you can see large double doors. 7. You race down the hallway, your legs pounding away at the carpet. 6. The hallway seems to stretch forever, keeping the door just outside your reach as you hear 5. You all slam into the doors and they bulge under the sheer weight of your combined mass, but they throw you all back to the ground. They do not open. 4. Scrambling for the doors, you search for the lock. Evury is able to find the lock and realize the door opens outward. 3.
We needed the rogue for that.
2. You drag the doors open. 1. You throw yourself over the threshold. The doors slam shut behind you. You make it inside. You find yourself in a large but strangely sparse room for its size. There's a large 4-poster bed on the far side of the room with its curtains drawn. There's a fireplace to the left, still radiating heat from its low embers. The door to the balcony across from the hearth is open despite the cold night air. There's a desk and chair in the corner covered in old notes and a half-hidden dark purple book. As you near the bed, you see an old man wearing a nightcap and robes, his medallion of office hanging around his neck. He stares slack-jawed, bolting up and sputtering out a hoarse, How did you get in here?
Through the door.
I am the spirit of Christmas past. A voice as clear as the 12th bell responds from the balcony behind you. The voice is then followed by a young woman. She wears a flowing white robe that flutters behind her as she moves. You cannot be certain if she is actually touching the ground. Long past? Your past, says the spirit, gliding over to the bed and raising an outstretched hand. We must away. Her eyes settle on you. There is much work ahead of us for this night. Cautiously, Scrooge takes her hand as she leads him to the double doors by which you just entered. They open before her, and a blinding light fills the room as she and Scrooge step through them. He never looks at you as he crosses by. Give me an insight check.
Well, that's pretty rude. I did bad that time. I rolled a 6.
Yeah, I rolled an 8. Ugh.
16?
9.
All right. With the 16, Dermit is the only one to realize Scrooge can't see you.
All the players realize that.
Only the ghosts can see you.
Hey, guys, I don't think that he can see us.
So we're here. Are we supposed to go through the light there, or we just wait here for when they get back?
The ghost saw us, right?
Yes, the ghost saw you and said there is much work ahead of us this night looking at you. You would assume she was directing that to you.
Spectre, can you see us?
She's not in the room right now. They went through the double doors.
Ruan moves over to the light to see if it shuts or disappears as he approaches.
It does not shut. It does not disappear.
Yeah, Udulan would suggest we should probably go with them.
And we better get going. And Ruan walks.
Man, I was afraid of that.
Stayed home today.
All right, so you all decide to go through the light.
Bye, Fire.
But yes.
It's been nice seeing you, Fire.
All right, so you follow after them, and you squint your eyes to adjust to the harsh light. As soon as your vision settles, you find yourself standing in a boarding school classroom. A young Ebenezer Scrooge sits in the class listening intently to his teacher. Near the head of the classroom stand the spirit and Scrooge, who mutters to himself, I remember this place. I used to attend here. Spirit, why have you brought me back to my old school? Do you intend to show me every moment of my wasted youth? Bah, humbug!
He said it. He said
it. The spirit says nothing, and the class gets up to leave. As you watch, young Ebenezer is approached by a tall man. His proportions seem ever so slightly off. His arms too long, his face too perfect, and somehow he seems uncomfortable in his own skin, as if he is more a creature than a man. This creature leans down and whispers to young Ebenezer while the present-day Scrooge leans forward, straining to hear. Suddenly, shadows spring to life around the room, surrounding young Ebenezer and the creature. One of the shadows dives toward the creature and then disappears. The remaining ones silently turn their attention toward you. And we're rolling for initiative.
Ooh, okay. First initiative.
All right, Dermit, what was your initiative?
10. I'm Dermit. 10.
10. Udulan.
Udulan got a 9.
9. Ruan.
22.
22. Nasian.
16.
16. And Evury, what is his modifier? Ooh, okay, he's going first. All right, so these shadows basically spring to life and are in the four corners of the room, and they start making their way in towards you. You know, there was a fifth one also, but it went to this creature / man that's talking to young Scrooge and just disappeared. And we are starting things off with Evury. He will draw his rapier and step up to this closest... Where is he? He's up here. He will step north in the room towards this shadowy creature. And he's going to stab at it with his rapier. And he hits with a 23 and does 8 points of damage.
Well, that's good. And all of the damage went through?
Yes.
Okay, I don't believe you.
All right.
I'm trying to verify and make sure. I don't see
Okay.
anything that says...
Okay, I was kind of weary about attacking because they're shadow people.
I know, I was thinking the same thing too. I'm like, what spells are they immune to? What damage are they immune to?
They are not incorporeal.
What's the check that we need to make for that?
Would this be religion again, John, and 5e?
No, it'd be Arcana.
Even for undead?
For undead, yes.
Okay, so it'd be Arcana.
Religion is usually for church and or historical type things.
Dang, I thought it was religion, because my Arcana sucks. My religion is pretty good.
I will do Arcana. I actually have a good stat in that.
Well, that is Evury's turn. He's done some damage to this creature, or one of the creatures. And that brings us to Ruan.
Okay. Ruan is likewise going to move over to this other creature on the southeastern corner and stab at it with his rapier. Now I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
In my features and traits, it says extra attack, 2/attack. What are the... I'm assuming that means I get to attack twice. What are the circumstances and qualifiers for being able to do that?
Normal action followed by your extra attack. If it is a provoked activity, it is a reaction, not an action. So it's only during your action step.
That doesn't help.
I think you should still be able to move and do the 2 attacks, right?
Oh yeah,
That was
absolutely.
basically my question.
Yes, you can move. Yeah, move is totally separate. It doesn't affect your action at all. The only thing that move is adjusted by is if you go from prone to standing.
Okay, good to know. And then, is there any penalty associated with attacking twice, or is it just both attacks at my full bonus?
Both attacks full bonus.
Okay, cool. Thank you. So, I shall do said 2 attacks with my rapier. First attack is a natural 2, so we're just going to move along.
All right.
Second attack is a natural 18, so that would be a 25.
That's a hit.
That is 6 points of damage.
6 points of damage.
Heavy damage.
Damage done. Next up is Nasian.
All right. He's going to, I guess, step up and attack the same one. He's going to take what was that? 10 feet and go with Ruan and make an attack with his scimitar. And that is a 15.
15 hits.
And that is 3 points of damage.
3 points of damage. Okay. Next up in the initiative is Dermit.
Dermit is going to move 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 here. And I'm going to call out to the Crooked Man. And I'm going to cast Vicious Mockery.
Ooh.
And basically just say,
Hey, Slender Man, get away from the kid.
and what do I need to do that? You need to make a wisdom thing of DC 15.
Yes.
Your spell seems to have no effect.
But it was really for the Shadowman.
You're going for the main guy talking to young Scrooge, right?
Well, yeah. The shadow monster that went into Scrooge is who I'm going for.
You don't know
Or
that
what-
you don't know that it went into him.
Oh.
It just went to him and disappeared. Now that you're closer, you can do a perception check.
Okay, cool. I'll do that.
Okay.
It's going to be terrible. Perception or religion or arcana?
Perception.
Cool. Or 20.
20. That is enough to notice that this tall, slender man is carrying this package which appears to contain a deep purple book. But as you're looking at this package, you see the shape of one of these shadowy creatures wrapped around the tall, slender man's arm. And it's almost like every time you try to look at the book, it's like you can't focus on it. Kind of like a perception filter kind of thing. You look at it and then you immediately look away. And you try to go back to it and you keep looking away.
So, if my goal was to hit that shadow monster, and I do see him, would it have hit if it was able to hit?
Considering it has immunity to these mind affecting effects, it didn't do anything.
Okay, that's what I wanted to know.
Can I put in a quick aside? This is making me think of the beginning of Kingdom Hearts 2, when the nobodies are like swirling around things and like they steal not just the photographs but the word photo.
So we don't know the word for book anymore.
Yeah.
So we just can't find the book.
Okay. Well, my thing failed, but I did get. Well, I don't know.
Why don't you just be boring and attack it like everyone else?
Because also I couldn't get there quick enough. Only 30 feet.
I mean, there's that.
And I don't have any really good bard offensive spells.
You should just thrown your loot at it.
There you go.
El Kabong.
That's amazing.
All right. Well, that will bring us to Udulan.
Udulan is going to do a Arcana check on the shadowy figures.
Okay.
I love how the only person that can know what's going on is the last person in the initiative order.
That sucks. Yes. Udulan got a 25.
25. This is a very bizarre type of undead creature. It is formed from shadows of things that do not exist. They have semi-corporeal bodies that can shift and blend with shadows to pass through objects. Being brought into the light of day weakens them, and they often do everything they can to keep to the shadows. They are surprisingly social creatures, and they thrive in areas of intrigue and rumor. They usually move in groups as small as 3 or as large as up to a dozen. When they do, the largest one will rise to become the leader. When this happens, the subordinate ones will all dedicate themselves to the protection of that leader.
Okay, am I correct in interpreting that they don't like light?
They do not like light.
Okay. So, Udulan is going to move north towards every Giuddy. And he is going to use Burning Hands against the... Well, wait a minute. Okay, no. What Udulan is going to do is he only has a 25-foot movement, so he's going to move over to where Dermit is, and he's going to touch himself and give himself mage armor.
Okay.
And he'll let everyone know that they don't like light, and he will hopefully have an action that can do something next. So.
Okay. That brings us to these creatures. All right. Each one is going to... Well, the one next to Evury doesn't have to move. He stays put. The one next to Ruan and Nasian doesn't have to move. And then the other two, one can move up to Dermit, one can move up to Udulan. So these creatures, these shadowy, semi-corporeal creatures, are each going to reach out to one of you. See how they do. Against Evury. Natural 1. That's a miss. Well, do we want to do crit cards and stuff with these characters, or just do misses with ones?
I mean, I like crit cards.
It's more fun with crit cards. I mean, I miss that part.
It has a little flair.
This was with a... I don't know what to classify this as.
It would be a touch, right?
Yeah, but my options are natural, melee, ranged, or magic.
Melee. Any touch is a melee.
But you can have natural attacks with melee.
Usually a natural is reserved for animal attack.
Because, yeah, this one even with melee, it doesn't do anything. It's drop your weapon.
His hand falls off. That would be nice.
There you go. He starts kicking you with his feet. It's like that knight from the Holy Grail.
Come back here, I'll bite you. Bite your ankles.
Okay, I might go with natural for this one because I went ahead and clicked all 3 for melee, magic, and natural. Natural is the only one that really does anything.
Okay.
Okay, fumble card for this creature, and it is called the Winds of Change. You threaten no squares for 1d6 rounds. And I rolled a 6, so he's not threatening anybody for 6 rounds.
That could come in handy.
Impotent Ghost, I like that.
All right, the one to the southeast is got a choice between Ruan and Nasian. I will roll a D100 to decide who he's going after. 50 and below is Ruan, 51 and higher is Nasian. That's a 3, so it's going after Ruan. It's a natural 19 on the die, so that's going to be 26 to hit. And Ruan takes 8 points of necrotic damage.
Ooh, that's not fun.
Necrotic damage, that hurts more than the regular kind.
Yes, it does.
A little bit.
That's exactly the same damage I took by getting hit in the head with shingles.
All right, and I also need Ruan to make a strength or a dexterity save.
That didn't happen with the shingles. Dexterity it is. 17.
All right, you are able to break off a grapple.
That would have been very rude.
All right, then we got the one against Udulan. Let's see, that is a 13.
Udulan, Mage Armor has given him a 15, so he's good.
Okay, and against Dermit as a 21.
You know that it does. I don't know what. You know that it does.
I'm just making sure. I don't know what your numbers are without looking at your character sheets. All right, and that is 7 points of necrotic damage. And I need you to make either a strength or dexterity save.
Let's go Dex. 24.
You're able to shake off the grapple. All right, that's the end of round 1. Back to the top of the round with Evury. He is going to reach out and stab at this creature in front of him. And hit with a 22. As he does 11 points of damage.
Good stat.
Good stat.
Stabby, stabby. All right, that's it for him. Next up is Ruan.
Alrighty. 2 stab attacks with my rapier. Is a 23 to hit.
That's a hit.
First attack, which will do 10 points of damage.
Nice.
And the second attack is a natural 3.
I'm sure that misses.
Yes. So it'd be a 10 total.
Yep, that misses. So you're doing well with getting like these half of your attacks hitting.
That's the benefit of rolling 2 attacks.
True. All right. Question, John. How does sneak attack work in 5e?
You mean if you have a sneak attack addition to when you're rolling?
Yeah, because it says once per turn, deal extra damage to one creature hit if attacked with advantage using finesse or a ranged weapon.
So anytime you have advantage against him, you would get a sneak attack in. But an advantage for 5e, which I was reading actually, I was like, oh, that's cool. You don't have to flank him. You just have to be near the other guy.
Yeah, it's like, kind of a surprise. Yeah. And a lot of times a sneak attack also is that you have an ally there as well.
Would a case where this creature doesn't threaten anybody for 6 rounds leave him open to a sneak attack?
Yes, because he's not expecting an attack because he hasn't done anything. He hasn't attacked anything.
Well, in that case, I'm going to go ahead and add on Evury's sneak attack damage then.
Yay!
This goes on for 6 rounds.
No, it doesn't, because he kills it.
Okay, well, that was good.
Way to go, Evury.
That was another 14 points of damage on the sneak attack.
How do you know how much sneak attack? Because I have finesse, so would I get sneak attack with my rapier?
Mine's got an action that says sneak attack, and it has in my weapons area, it says sneak attack adds an additional 4d6.
So what does finesse do to me?
Finesse, you get to use dexterity, I think, instead of strength.
Correct.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's +5. Perfect. Okay, that makes sense.
All right, so one of these creatures is dead.
Yay.
Okay, Nasian.
He is going to try something a little different this time, and he's going to do poison spray on this guy. So, let's see. Project a puff of noxious gas at the creature, and the creature must make a Constitution saving throw or take 2d12 poison damage. So, knowing Nasian, I'm pretty sure you hear like a little bit of bubbling and then like an exhale, and then that's his.
Dude,
Constitution saving
Like
throw.
nice long rip.
dude, you've been gassed.
Well, that is.
Did y'all play Primal Rage?
Yep. I loved that game.
Yeah.
Me too.
That is a natty 19 on the die.
Oh. Yeah, the DC save is 15, I believe, for this one.
Is that a cantrip or is it a spell?
Cantrip.
Oh, yeah. You don't have potent cantrip, do you?
No.
Okay.
Oh, no.
It'd be,
No, it doesn't look
it'd
like
be
it.
listed in the right section under traits.
Negative, unfortunately.
Okay.
Alrighty. Moving on. Dermit.
Dermit is going to draw his rapier and attack.
Okay.
A lot of rapiers in this group.
Yep. It's either that or a dagger. 21.
That's a hit.
Sweet, sweet, sweet. And 1d8. D8. So 6 pi.
6 pi.
It says pi right here.
Yeah.
I'm sure it means piercing, but I like 6 pi.
6 pi.
Yeah, I like the idea of 6 pi damage.
Totally better than normal. We'll go with 6 pi.
I've taken that on Thanksgiving.
Right? Okay, so that will bring us to Udulan.
Udulan is going to create a flaming sphere behind the specter to its west, right here, and he's going to slam the sphere into him. Hopefully he doesn't like light.
Okay.
And I'm casting it at 3rd level.
And you put it, like, there?
Yeah, yes. Well, actually, right just south of that, right there, so that it is right beside him, and I'm going to slam it into him as well.
Okay.
And when I slam it into him, he needs to give me a dexterity saving throw.
Dexterity saving throw. Oop, out of the box. That is a 16.
Okay, he saves, but he still takes half the damage.
Okay.
So it's 3d6 damage. For 12 is the total on the die, so he takes half of that, so 6.
6 damage. 6 seems to be the number for the first attack on these guys.
Yes, and the flaming sphere is still there, so I'm hoping he doesn't like it and moves.
Okay. Well, it is their turn. So the one with Ruan and Nasian. Let's see. He's going to go after Nasian this time because he wasn't able to grab onto Ruan. It's a natural 20.
Better you than me.
And there are no confirmations.
Darn.
Looks like this one's just double damage.
Ew.
So that is 10 points of damage, of necrotic damage. I need you to make a strength or dexterity save.
Let's go with a dexterity save. And that is a 16.
Alright, you're able to shake off the grapple. Alright, we have one over here near Dermit. And that is a 16.
That's another hit.
That is 6 points of necrotic damage. Another strength or dexterity save.
Natural 20.
All right, you shake it off. This guy near Udulan doesn't like the light, so he's going to move over across in front of Udulan. But he's going to go ahead and attack Udulan again.
Oh, darn.
That is a 16.
That hits.
That is 8 points of necrotic damage. I need Udulan to make a strength or dexterity save.
Udulan's going to do a dexterity save. He got an 18.
You shake it off.
And it's 8 points of necrotic damage?
Yes.
Okay.
All right, and that's all of these guys that are left because Evury killed one of them. And it is back to the top of the round with Evury. Let's see, he's the little guy, so he's going to try to run into the one that's closest to him. But he doesn't have a lot of speed. Hey, he's actually got enough to get there. So he's going to run over and help Udulan. I'm coming, Grandpa! I'm coming! You will roll to attack this guy. That's a natural 2.
Ooh.
Oh no.
He was doing so well.
So where you put him is like it's a schoolroom. So where you put him is like on the desk. I imagine him under the desk, trying to to stab at the guy's ankles.
That's fair. You'd fit.
Mm-hmm.
He wouldn't even have to duck, really. All right, that brings us to Ruan.
So Ruan is going to attack again with his rapier, twice, like normal. First attack is an 18.
That hits.
Ooh, max damage, 12 points of damage.
And you kill this one.
Yay!
Nice.
Yay!
So, does that mean I can move and take my second attack?
Yes.
Nice. So, can you explain to me the rules for flanking real quick?
We don't have one.
Yeah, I say there's no flanking in 5e, right?
No.
Okay. Well, then I'm just going to go up to move over 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 feet to the west and stab at this other creature, the one that is bothering Dermit.
Oh, he's bothering me a lot.
It's a 16 hit.
Yes, it does.
Nice. 9 points of damage on this one.
9 points of damage. All right. Damage dealt. 2 of these things are dead now. Nasian.
Alright, he doesn't have quite that much movement speed to get over to where the guys are, so let's see what he can do. Okay, so he can move close to there, so he's still fairly far away from the one that Dermit and Ruan are attacking. Not close enough to use his scimitar, so he's going to take another rip and unleash his poison spray again.
Okay. So that's a Constitution save.
Yep, with a DC 15.
That is a 9.
Ooh, alright. So then that is 2d12 points of poison damage. 17.
17, and you kill this one.
Nice exhale, buddy.
Okay, one left. It's Dermot's turn.
He can get over there, so he's going to help. So he's going to take. I know these don't exist, but it is a 5-foot step.
Yeah.
And swing with his rapier. Okay. 21.
That hits.
And that is 9 points of damage.
Okay, damage dealt. Next up would be Udulan.
Okay, so Udulan is going to use Firebolt against the specter that's right beside him.
So what happens to your flaming sphere?
Well, as long as I don't lose concentration, it's still his here, and I can still use it.
Ooh, nice.
So, I got an 18 on the Firebolt.
That hits.
For 16 damage.
And you kill this one.
What?
And as my bonus action, I'm going to move the flaming sphere 5 feet over to the specter that's at the book.
Okay.
And Udulan would say, I suggest you leave.
Okay.
Oh, hey, while he's doing that, is movement the same as in Pathfinder, where like the cross movement is the first cross is 5, the first diagonal is 5, and then they're 10 after that?
No, they're just both 5.
They're all 5? Okay.
So you move this closer, and the shadow creature that's wrapped around this thing's arm kind of pulls away from the light of this a bit, but doesn't leave. You get the feeling that the large slender man himself is more of a reflection of the past and not actually the creature itself, so it doesn't react.
Okay. But the specter is still there.
It is still there.
Yay. Is it its turn?
It is. And it still stays where it's standing.
Okay, since it ended its turn there, it takes damage.
Okay.
Is this like radiant heat damage?
Yes.
It's good to know, because I also have the same spell. I was wondering how it works exactly.
He takes 10 points of fire damage.
Okay. Give me an insight check.
That's an 11.
11. You're not quite sure why, but this doesn't seem to react the same way as the other creatures did.
Interesting.
It still doesn't like the light, but it like the damage to it and everything isn't quite the same. And that brings us to Evury. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. He can get up there next to it. And he is going to try to stab at this thing with the rapier. Gets a natural 20.
Ooh.
But once again, the damage doesn't seem to really do anything to this thing. And he turns to you, he's like,
I don't know what to do. I stabbed the other ones. Why doesn't this one get hurt?
Udulan is going to drop the sphere,
okay,
because otherwise Avery would take damage.
sphere gone. And that will bring us to Ruan.
So, with that information, what can I do to see if what else can be learned? I'm going to actually move up north and talk to the ghost. Like, "Aye, what we supposed to do now? We can't stab that thing."
She turns to look at you and says,
Cut through the lie.
Oh, okay. Thanks, I guess. So he's going to move up and stab the book
okay,
with a 22 to hit.
that would hit, but no effect.
Well, I'm out of ideas.
Nasian.
Can you take a nap? Is that a option?
There's no lying when you're asleep, except lying down.
So he's going to. He's even too far away to get close. So I guess he's going to get close to them. So he's going to get within striking distance, and so can I do a perception check on the young Ebenezer
Sure.
and see if there's some sort of lie about him, like what we're looking at? Perception is a 9. Ugh.
Yeah, you're not sure.
Alright, and so he is going to... Can I prepare an action, I guess? Like, just a dodge, I guess, if something happens? Because I don't want to do any action.
You can.
Yeah,
Okay.
you can. Or you can do an insight check to get more information.
Yes, because
Oh.
that's key.
Insight checks. I didn't know about that. Okay, let's do that then. That's a 19.
All right. With that, you piece together looking at this creature, you realize that as you try to look at the book, the creature is kind of obscuring your view, kind of hiding what it is. creating a lie. The ghost told you to cut through the lie. Using a rapier as a stab, not a cut.
Oh, you've got to be kidding me.
All right, so do I still get my attack then? Or
Yeah.
was that it? Okay, so then I'm going to use my scimitar, Snowy, with my newfound knowledge, to slash through the lie. Oh, God, that's a 7. Oh.
That's a miss. But you have the right idea.
Hey, man, you guys gotta, like, slash, but not, like, stabby stab.
Sounds good. I do have a knife.
All right. That brings us to Dermit.
So I was looking at the knife. The dagger is also piercing, so I don't have anything to slash with.
Or dagger's only piercing in 5e?
It says before the dagger, melee ranged weapon +5 to hit, reach 5 feet.
Swords do slashing.
Because in Pathfinder, daggers are slashing and piercing, right?
Yeah, 1d4 piercing damage. There's nothing that says slashing.
Yeah, you'd have to use either a sword or a regular knife. I have a regular knife.
So since I can't do anything with this. I don't have any spells that slash. So I'm just gonna.
Can you stop the lie?
No. You have to cut through it. So I'm gonna heal. I'm gonna take one of these potions that I got with all the money that I had. Bought nothing but potions. So they gave me like 15 potions. That's legal, right?
Right. That's what I did.
Sure.
Okay, so I'll take one, and that's 4 plus.
Although we both have to roll disadvantage on stealth checks, probably. Just clinking
Oh yeah,
around.
because we're clinking around.
Clink, clink.
And if you ever fall, they all break.
Right.
Which means they all broke on the ice already.
Oh no! No, they were in plastic bottles. Okay, well, y'all can continue, because I cannot contribute to this right here.
All right. Brings us to Udulan.
Udulan is going to run over beside young Ebenezer and take out his knife and slash the specter
Okay.
with it. He got a whopping 8. Anybody want to borrow my knife?
That's a miss.
Yeah, I'm going to toss my knife to Ruan and say, "Here, try this." Someone take this knife.
All right. The creature is not really doing anything, or the lie is not doing anything. He's still wrapped around this larger creature's arm and obscuring the book. Brings us to Evury, who does not have any slashing weapons whatsoever. Doesn't have a knife. So he is going to hold his action. Ruan.
I'm so fucking pissed about this. He throws his rapier in the direction of the ghost in frustration. Fine, if we're gonna hang up the fate of this town on a stupid technicality, he draws his scimitar and attacks twice. Can't fucking believe this. It's an 18 on the first attack.
That's a hit.
It's 9 points of damage.
And you are able to slice away the lie.
Oh, great. Now, what did that do?
Now,
Can't we pierce through to see the truth? I mean, if we're just playing stupid word games here.
but now you are able to get a full glimpse of this purple book. And it shows these arcane symbols on its cover. Give me an Arcana check.
I've got a big fat 0 on that.
I got a 16.
Udulan is able to tell that these are symbols of necromancy. This creature appears to be handing a book of necromancy to young Scrooge.
Udulan, this is the same book that was on his desk, right?
I think so.
And you hear present-day Scrooge behind you. He says, "I had forgotten this man. He offered to help me when I got older. Was there some price to it, spirit? Scrooge asks, turning. But the spirit disappears. Huh. Did I give something up I wasn't supposed to? He whispers as he makes his way back through the doors and enters his bedroom. As his feet cross the doorway, the schoolroom begins to fade away, and you hurry to follow him.
Oh, wait.
Somebody pick up, what's his name, Everyman?
Every... Run, hurry. Scrooge eyes the desk in the corner where the purple book lies. What did he want? Clearly drained from the strange experience, Scrooge returns to his bed and eventually falls asleep.
With the 5 of us awkwardly standing over him.
Yep. You would probably find that this is a good time to take a rest, if you would like to.
We can take a rest. I have a rest song.
All right. You guys all find a place in the room to lay down. You take a short rest. And we'll see you back for part 2.